Dear Faithful, welcome to the viewing of this new video. Subscribe to the channel if you wish to stay updated on all the latest releases and help us spread our content. Nostradamus's prophecies remain among the most fascinating and controversial. We are living in peculiar days where we begin to wonder if indeed the end of the world is upon us, as various prophecies have long seemed to indicate. Never before have we seen such a resurgence and spread of diverse prophecies from various seers around the world. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine, as well as that between Israel and Palestine, has inevitably reignited debate and fears about a catastrophic end of the world due to one or more devastating wars that, if they were to happen, could wipe out humanity in the blink of an eye. In such a socio-political, and we would add a psychological scenario, the well-known and particular prophecies of Nostradamus, the French astrologer who clearly foresaw Hitler's rise, could not fail to resurface. Today, let us focus on his figure and his words, so evocative yet often cryptic. What has already happened that Nostradamus clearly predicted? On January 1st, an earthquake of magnitude 7.5 struck Ishikawa in Japan. The renowned French astrologer had foreseen this over 400 years ago. His prophecies are becoming a reality, and there is much new evidence to support this. Something shocking is about to happen this year, so stay with us until the end to discover what awaits us in this dramatic 2024. In his most famous book, Les Prophéties, published in 1555, Nostradamus states that in 2024, a catastrophic earthquake would strike off the coast of Japan, causing a devastating tsunami, destroying homes and killing hundreds of people. The precision of this prophecy is so real that it cannot fail to raise alarm and attention. The list of events that would change the world predicted by him is long and includes among the most disturbing Hitler's rise to power and the death of Queen Elizabeth II. We can therefore expect that the terrible prophecies predicted for 2024 are destined to come true. But before delving deeper, let us take a brief excursion into this very particular figure. Who was Nostradamus? An astrologer, writer, pharmacologist, and apothecary of French origin who lived between 1503 and 1566, whose full real name was Michel de Nostradam, commonly known as Nostradamus. His book, Les Prophéties, was published in 1555. It was a volume full of predictions containing 942 poetic quatrains announcing future events. He was seriously concerned that his astrological predictions could be criticized by the Church. The prophecies were not written in a single language, but were a mix of Greek, Italian, French, and Latin. Words in these languages were mixed to form sentences. Only those who knew these languages could read and understand the true meaning of the predictions, and this was not simple at all. He predicted various world events, and many firmly believe that he was able to foresee the future through these prophecies. It is essential to understand their true meaning. He predicted the deaths of important people, and in his prophecies there are numerous references to both natural disasters and those caused by man. Let's take a look at the list of his predictions that have come true so far, and this is where things become unsettling. The Great Fire of London was one of his predictions. The blood of the just will be lacking in London, burned up in the fire of 66. The ancient lady will topple from her high place, and many of the same sect will be killed. The Great Fire of London occurred on September 2nd, 1666. It started as a small fire before the entire city was engulfed in flames, which broke out in Thomas Farriner's bakery on Pudding Lane. Another of these startling predictions concerned Hitler's reign in Europe. From the depths of the west of Europe, a young child will be born of poor people. He who with his tongue will seduce a great troop, his fame will spread across the east. Fierce beasts will cross the rivers. Most of the battlefield will be against Hitler. Into a cage of iron, the Great One will be dragged when the child of Germany will observe nothing. Hitler used his oratory skills to lead the Nazi Party. And just when we thought it couldn't get any more frightening, Nostradamus then predicted what happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The heavenly dart will extend its course, death in speaking, a great achievement. The proud nation brought down by the stone in the tree, voices of a monstrous human carrying purification, and then the end. The United States, as we know, dropped 2 atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, ending the Second World War. But no one expected such a disastrous and far-reaching move. People suffered from painful radiation, and the effects have not completely disappeared yet. But let's pause for a moment. What will happen in 2024? The first prediction. At the beginning, our Earth will be even drier, and we will suffer great floods. This year will be characterized by a series of calamities that we will not be able to overcome. These catastrophes will continue endlessly. Earthquakes and volcanic eruptions will deprive us of water. Desertification will impact us, causing significant changes in our society. The direct consequences of these catastrophes will be hunger and drought. The struggle for water and food will be a daily reality. The second prediction. There will be no more monks or novices who can teach. The price of beeswax will far exceed that of honey. Man will turn against his own kind because of the cost of wheat. Flourishing countries will face a sharp economic decline, and social unrest will destroy the nation. People will focus on agriculture and move to areas with greater water resources. The third prediction continues and concerns Putin's declining health. Vladimir Putin's health will be at risk this year, a year in which he will face many challenges. The same Chinese zodiac sign represents a diabolical successor. Someone close to Putin will take advantage of this situation and seek to take power nationally and globally. This unsettling situation will involve a close associate of Putin. Destabilization will occur when there is a change in leadership. In the fourth prophecy, the global economy will change. Nostradamus argues that trust in leaders and currencies weakens as wealth and power begin to fluctuate. New horizons loom. But which nation will change the world in 2024? Nostradamus predicts that India will change the global geopolitical and financial landscape. Our future will be heavily influenced by the major changes that will occur on the international stage. The fifth prophecy adds something more. Nostradamus's most intriguing prediction is the existence of an alien society. Creatures not of this earth are closely watching the trajectory of our planet, and we will finally be able to communicate with them. By the end of 2024, there will be a fragile peace. Nostradamus predicted that humans would be able to connect better through the mind by creating a global telepathic network. As for the sixth prophecy, Nostradamus predicted that the red adversaries would be scared and throw an entire ocean into terror. Many people think that this verse means that China is attacking Taiwan with its red banner. Furthermore, he predicted that the king of the islands would not remain in power for a long time. It continues by saying that a new king will be anointed who will calm the earth for a long time. King Charles II might be the king of the islands. Because of his relationship with Camilla, he will receive personal criticisms. People still remember Princess Diana. The death of the Queen of England had already been predicted by Nostradamus. Pope Francis is currently the religious leader of Catholics. Although it is possible for another to assume his position, this is where things get really surprising. Particularly disturbing is the seventh prophecy. According to Nostradamus, a Roman of good age will be elected upon the death of a very old pontiff. Although it is said that his see has diminished, he will remain seated for a long time in a sharp activity. A younger pope will take control, and there may be a reduction in power. It is possible that the power of the Catholic Church will decrease. Doesn't St. Malachi's prophecy come to mind? Who is the last pope? Over the years, Nostradamus has continued to provoke the most varied and contrasting reactions among them. There are those who consider his prophecies mere tangled babblings subject to various interpretations, thus nullifying their real prophetic scope. There are those who believe instead that his words are indeed to be deciphered, but fundamentally precise and truthful. Nostradamus, a target of criticism in every era, continued convinced of what he said and did. He died in 1566, leaving behind an inheritance of numerous symbols to decipher, mysteries of existence to unveil, and events to await. The truth will be discovered in time to come, and only by living through these troubled days can we say whether Nostradamus predicted things that truly happened even in 2024. We leave you with another prophecy. In single combat, the young lion will overcome the old one on the battlefield and pierce his eyes through a golden cage. He will die a cruel death after suffering 2 wounds at once. There will be songs, shouts, and demands from the enslaved population while princes and lords are prisoners in the dungeons. In the distant future, the foolish will welcome them as divine prayers. What does Nostradamus refer to in these words? Is the prophecy of the Antichrist contained within them? Will we be able to interpret it correctly before the inevitable, or will we have to wait our days to affirm the truth of his words? All we can do is wait confidently and full of faith. In the meantime, let us always pray. Have a blessed journey of faith.